Vera Miles. The name rings a bell, doesn't it? You've likely seen her on the screen, playing the mysterious and unforgettable roles in Alfred Hitchcock's classics. But have you ever stopped to wonder, why didn't Vera become the next Grace Kelly, the glamorous blonde who married a prince? It's a question that's haunted Hollywood lore for decades. And now, a new book, Vera Miles, the Hitchcock blonde who got away by Christopher McKittrick, attempts to answer that very question. Miles, now 95 and retired in California, remains an enigmatic figure in cinema history. McKittrick's biography is the first in-depth exploration of her life and career, offering a fresh perspective on a woman who never sought fame in the same way many others did. Despite her obvious talents, Miles wasn't interested in playing the Hollywood game, and that was something Hitchcock himself struggled to understand. But as McKittrick uncovered, there was so much more to her relationship with Hitchcock than the rumors suggested. You've probably heard the story before. Miles, the supposed Hitchcock muse, was allegedly on bad terms with the legendary director after working together on Vertigo in 1958. According to popular belief, Hitchcock was furious with her for leaving the project just before filming began. But hold on, McKittrick sets the record straight. The truth? It wasn't all about Miles pulling out of the movie. She had good reasons. She was pregnant with her third child, a major factor in her decision. And, as McKittrick reveals, there were other factors at play, including Hitchcock's own health issues and the fact that James Stewart, who starred in the film, wanted a delay for a family vacation. But the real revelation comes when we examine the tension between Hitchcock and Miles, a dynamic far more complicated than we've been led to believe. While Hitchcock was desperately trying to mold her into his next leading lady, a modern-day Grace Kelly, Miles had a different vision for herself. She wasn't interested in jet-setting or living in the public eye. She was, first and foremost, a mother who had more important things to focus on. Her private life was sacred to her, and she didn't care for the spotlight that came with fame. A particularly revealing moment in McKittrick's book comes from an interview with Miles in 1983, where she boldly stated, "I would never put up with that sort of thing," when asked about the rumors of Hitchcock's inappropriate behavior toward actresses. While the Bird's star Tippi Hedren later claimed in her memoir that Hitchcock assaulted her, Miles had a much different, more respectful experience. She wasn't one to tolerate the toxic culture that often permeated Hollywood during that era. And in her eyes, fame was never the ultimate goal. In fact, Miles made it clear that she had no desire to replace Grace Kelly. "I'm my own person," she said, and that's a sentiment that echoes throughout her career. She rejected the notion that children, especially 4 of them, would hold her back from success. "Children don't limit a woman's life," she boldly proclaimed, challenging the prevailing attitude of the time that equated motherhood with sacrifice. McKittrick's research uncovers how these rumors, particularly the ones involving Hitchcock's supposed animosity towards Miles, were fueled by misinterpretations and misinformation. The truth, as it turns out, is much less dramatic. There may have been disagreements, sure, but calling it a feud would be a stretch. What stands out the most about Vera Miles is her authenticity. She wasn't the type to bow to Hollywood's pressures or play the game just for the sake of fame. And while she may have missed out on the glamorous life that some actors dream of, Miles didn't regret a thing. After all, as she put it, "Kim Novak got the movie, but I got a son." Isn't that the true measure of success? For Vera Miles, it was never about who got the role. It was always about what truly mattered to her: family, authenticity, and staying true to herself. So, the next time you watch Psycho or Vertigo, remember the woman behind the scenes who never played by the rules but still made a lasting impact.